This video will help you create a correlation matrix table. To do this, we will be taking a look at the correlation analysis on your output. This table shows you who is more likely to drop out of the program. You want to make sure your table is labeled analysis of attrition. If you take a look, you will see that table 2 has a capital N and that equals 220. If you recall, table 1 had a lowercase n and it equaled 100. The reason for this is table 1 only takes into consideration the participants that completed the program. In this example, we had a total of 100 participants who completed and finished the program. However, in table 2, we take a look at all of the participants, not just the ones that completed the program. So in this case, we have 220 participants who actually started the program, but some of them did not finish the program. You'll want to have a Word document and your output open at the same time. As always, we recommend that you use the example on the sample paper. You can just copy it and paste it onto a brand new Word doc. And from here, you can just replace the numbers and the labels as needed. As you can see, the data is symmetrical on both sides of the one. This is because a bivariate correlation was run to get this output. All of the information that you will need for your table is already highlighted for you. The Pearson correlation coefficient explains these two variables are related to one another, which you can see right here. Age and female are related. We are expected to round the decimals to 2 decimal places for APA format. The Pearson correlation is 1.56, so we would be rounding that up to 0.16. When transferring over the information to your table, you'll want to make sure that everything is in order. We have age, female, married, self-drive, same city, willingness to participate, and dropout as number 7. It is the same order on my output: age, female, married, self-drive, same city, willingness to participate, and dropout. So you can see my age and age is 1. My female and age is 1.56. Married and age is negative 1.6. Married and female is... If we have a 1, we'll just want to leave it blank on our table. So you can see age and age is left blank. We have female and age as 0.156, and remember, we're going to round that up. So that's why here we have female as 0.16. The next one is female age as negative 0.16. Transfer that over, negative 0.16. The next one is married and female, negative 0.233. We're going to round it once more, and it'll be negative 0.23. Again, the next one is married and married. It's a 1, so we'll leave the rest blank. You'll want to do the same with every row. You'll do the same for self-drive, same city, willing to participate, and dropped out. Another major component of our table 2 is the p-value. So if p is less than 0.05, you will have 1 asterisk mark. If p is less than 0.01, you will have 2 marks. If p is less than 0.001, you will have 3 marks. If there is no significance, there will be no marks at all. Once we have analyzed all the variables, we can interpret the findings of the correlation analysis represented by this table. The most important variable for this table is the dropout variable located at the bottom. We can ignore the non-significant scores. Now we will take a look at the bottom variable labeled dropout, which is number 7. You can see that the variables 1 and 2 were not significant with dropping out. However, variable 3, being married, was. That means that being married and dropping out were connected. If a participant was married, then they were less likely to drop out. In other words, if a participant was single, then the likelihood of them dropping out would be greater. Number 4 was also significant. Being able to self-drive to the program had a higher chance of participants staying in the program. Number 5, which was labeled same city, shows that if participants lived in the city the program was in, then they would less likely drop out. And our final variable was willingness to participate. It was also significant. If participants were willing to participate, then they were less likely to drop out, versus if they were recommended by someone else into the program. In your paper, you will also have to describe your findings under the portion of Findings and Analysis of Attrition. You'll also provide a recommendation for any future programs under the section Recommendations for Future Programs. In this section, you will want to write all of your recommendations. So for example, since we saw people were more likely to drop out if they could not drive themselves to the program, then a recommendation could be providing a shuttle to pick up all of the participants. So you'll have to create a recommendation for each of the significant dropouts. All of our dropout findings from our example included being single, not being able to drive, not living in the same city, and being recommended by somebody else. So there you have it. We were able to transfer the data from the output over to our table and analyze all of our participants, which included the control group, the intervention group, and both those who completed and did not complete the program. Make sure it's on its own sheet of paper and after the reference page.